moment. Okay.
Okay, should I start now?
No. Wait, I'll just
Okay.
yeah.
Okay. Fine.
Okay. Is my screen visible?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. So, good evening, everyone. And on behalf of the Department of Chemistry, Ranidattu Mahavidyapit, I extend a very warm welcome to all our participants and a special welcome to our speaker for the day, Dr. Suman Rai from the Department of Chemistry, Presidency University. Thank you, sir, for just a moment. Sorry. PN sir, are you there with us? Pulok?
Yes.
So can you take over the host as through TeamViewer, because I will not be able to admit people now while I speak. So are you there on TeamViewer now?
I'm joining the team viewer. I'm joining right now.
Okay. So yeah. So as I was saying, we extend a very warm welcome to our speaker, Dr. Shumon Roy from the Department of Chemistry, Presidency University. Thank you, sir, for your kind consent and agreeing to come here and deliver a special lecture for the benefit of our students in the online mode. So as we can see, the topic here is addressing some challenges of single molecular electronics via molecular design strategy. So I will not say much on this because our esteemed speaker is the best person to enlighten us on this particular topic that he is going to speak. I'll just give a brief overview for all our students who are present here today. So as far as I understand, this topic will be dealing with what is called as organoelectronics, which is a relatively newer branch of science to perhaps all of us. So this particular organoelectronics mainly deals with the utilization of polymers or small molecules to create electronic components. This field is a rapidly emerging field with ever increasing application in various well-known devices like organic light emitting diodes, organic field effect transistors, organic solar cells, and many more. We can also understand that it's a highly interdisciplinary field of research involving perhaps theoretical physics, synthetic chemistry, a bit of material science, spectroscopic, and many more. Since organoelectronics has a potential to provide substantial revenue in near future, this field holds a great significance from the industrial point of view as well. Now, coming to the challenges which perhaps Dr. Rai is going to deal with, we can see that there are many of these organic substances, organic materials that have been synthesized already, synthesized that exhibit desirable electronic properties, enabling their use in various electronic devices. But there is a substantial number of molecules which look promising at the design level, but do not perform well at the operational level. This particular problem necessitates the in-depth study of this branch of science to overcome the challenges related with perhaps the synthesis of this kind of materials, study of their physicochemical properties, and finding out their correct application. So addressing this particular challenge, Dr. Rai is going to give his special lecture today for our students. And I'm sure that by the end of this lecture, all of us, not only the students, but the faculty members as well, all of us are going to learn the uses of this newer branch of science, the challenges, how to deal with them, and perhaps many of our students will be motivated to take up research in this field in future. With these few words, I'll now request our colleague, Dr. Shunanda De, to kindly introduce our speaker, Dr. Shumon Roy, to our audience. Dr. Shunanda De, are you there with us?
Yes, sir.
Yes, madam. If you can kindly introduce our speaker.
Okay. Thank you, Dr. Bhattacharya, for giving me the opportunity to introduce the learned speaker. Dr. Suman Rai has completed his bachelor's from Scottish Church College in the year of 2007. Then he has completed his master's from University of Calcutta in the year of 2009. And subsequently, he has involved to pursue his research and obtained his doctoral degree in 2014 from the University of Calcutta. Then he joined as a postdoctoral fellow and enjoying D.S. Kotari postdoctoral fellowship under the supervision of Professor Satish Patil in Solid State and Structural Chemistry Unit, Indian Institute of Science, Bangalore. And presently, he's a assistant professor in Department of Chemistry, Presidency University from 2018. His research area broadly encompasses on several crucial aspects, namely single molecule conductance measurement of organic molecular wire through scanning tunneling microscope break junction technique, synthesis and exploration of properties of some organic biradicals and polyradical systems and their subsequent applications, star-shaped organic small molecules and 2D polymers for organic field effect transistor, heterogeneous catalysis for green and sustainable synthesis, organocatalytic synthesis of nitrogen containing heterocycles in aqueous medium, mixed metal oxide nanoparticle synthesis and applications in multi-component reaction, precious metals incorporated within a silicon network for oxidation purpose, etc. Today, he will deliver his insightful thought addressing some challenges of single molecular electronics via molecular design strategy. And as Prabodh sir said that which would be very, I think it will be very much helpful for us. So I request Dr. Rai to start his lecture. Dr. Rai, please.
Okay, thank you very much, Prabhuddha and Dr. Sunanda De for your kind introduction. And Prabhuddha has perfectly actually introduced the topic in a very good way. Actually, I am basically a synthetic chemist. I am Dr. Suman De. Am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Okay,
yes.
okay. I am Dr. Suman Ray, Assistant Professor, Presidency University, Kolkata. So I am basically an organic chemist, and for this kind of work, actually, I have to collaborate with the leading scientists all around the world. Okay, so actually, I could present today some topic on the organic chemistry, but still I have chosen this topic because I wanted to introduce the students with this new field which they can choose as a topic for their PhD in future. Okay, so basically today I have targeted the audience as the UG or PG students, and in this way I will formulate my presentation. So now I'll go to the presentation mode. Okay, so this is actually I will mainly focus on the molecular electronics. Okay, so molecular electronics is a sub part of the broad topic called organic electronics. So organic electronics consists of organic solar cells, organic light emitting diode, organic field effect transistor, and lastly the single molecular electronics. So Prabhupada has told in such a nice way about all these things. So we have heard about the organic solar cells. In organic solar cells, what we do, we convert the light energy into the electrical energy. So I will just touch all this topic, and then I'll go to the my main topic of discussion today, that is molecular electronics. So in organic electronics, what we do, we actually this is the device architecture of organic solar cell. Okay, so here we can see this red color molecule. They are donor molecule. They are containing sulfur. Sulfur has lone pair of electrons, so they are electron rich. And in the below there is blue color molecule. They are electron deficient. Okay, so they are called acceptor. So in the solar cell, so there is a donor level or donor layer and an acceptor layer. Okay, so donor will give electron and acceptor will accept electron. So in this way we can separate hole and electron. That is the basic principle of organic solar cell. And you can see these are the electrons. Acceptor has accepted the electrons and donor has given the electron, and holes are formed. Okay, so when sunlight is falling, then this jump of electron occurs. Okay, electron jump from the donor level to acceptor level, and we can literally separate the electron and hole pair. Okay, and this electron and hole pair are collected in separate electrodes. So in this way we can generate electricity. So here you can see that this device architecture is designed in such a way that there is steps are created. These are the actually valence band energy, or the, if it is organic molecule, then it is actually HOMO and LUMO, and these are the LUMO, these are the HOMO. If it is an organic molecule, or otherwise you can think of this is valence band, and these are the conductance band, and they are designed in such a way, the architecture, that steps are created, and we know that, or we should remember that electrons sink and hole floats. The holes will go in this way, holes will go in this way, and it will be collected in this electrode, and electrons sink, electron डूबे जाए, electrons will step by step, it will jump like this. It is similar to the, if you drop a ball through a staircase, it will go at the bottom. Okay, in this way electrons and holes are separated, and that creates the electricity. And another thing is organic light emitting diode. This is just the opposite of the organic solar cell. Here, hole and electron recombine. We push the hole and electron towards each other, and they recombine. When they recombine, they will generate light. So these are called organic light emitting diode. They have many applications. A very simple application is the back panel of that LCD or LED, that LCD TV, organic LED TVs. Okay, you have seen. So that back panel is actually the organic light emitting diode. And next thing is organic field effect transistor. So this is the switch. Actually, this is, you can think this is the switch in electronic device. So here also an organic semiconductor is placed between a source electrode and a drain electrode. So source means that will give electron, drain means that can take electron. You can think in this way. Okay, so in this way organic semiconductor, and this semiconductor can conduct hole or electron. They can conduct hole and electron. So there is another electrode that is called gate electrode. So if you put some voltage through this gate electrode, then you can control the passage of hole or electron through this organic semiconductor. So in this way, we can control the flow of current in a device or in a circuit. Okay. Therefore, this is the application of organic field effect transistor. This is field effect because using a field or voltage, we can control the flow of hole or electron. So therefore, it can be used as a regulator or switch in electronic device. So all these things are actually they are falling under the broad category of organic electronics. So next I will come to the advantages of organic materials over the non-inorganic materials. So actually we have seen organic solar cells or solar panel so everywhere, and they are made with silicon, mainly silicon. Okay, because silicon is very robust. Silicon is cheap and they are abundant. So actually they are available very much. But organic molecules, you have to synthesize organic molecule to get a material. Every time there will be multi-step synthesis. So it is actually difficult to generate organic material. Still, organic material have few advantages. So what are those advantages? So where the silicon-based electronics fail to show its prominence, there comes the organic electronics. যেখানে সিলিকন গুলো ফেল করছে, সিলিকন দিয়ে যে কাজগুলো হচ্ছে না, সেখানে অর্গানিক ইলেকট্রনিক্স আমরা ইউজ করতে পারবো। বাট দ্যাট ডাজন্ট মিন দ্যাট উই ক্যান রিপ্লেস সিলিকন এভরিওয়্যার। Okay, so silicon is very hard but brittle. Silicon will break easily. You cannot fold silicon, but you can fold an organic material. Organic material are flexible. Okay, they are lightweight. So therefore, their main use is in the lightweight or flexible electronics. So their main use is in lightweight or flexible electronics, which can be you can bend the electronic device. Okay, or suppose if some integrated circuits have to be integrated inside your body, nobody will prefer to integrate an inorganic substance inside your body. But it is very much very toxic inorganic substance. But in that respect, organic molecule have certain advantages. They are not that much toxic. You can synthesize a molecule which is not toxic. Okay, so you can integrate it inside your body. Okay, so this I will show. This is a very nice example of use of or application of organic electronics. The tree you can see in the left hand side. This tree. Okay, this is displayed at the German Pavilion Milan Expo. Okay, it combines flexible, semi-transparent, solution processable solar cells with unique design to create an efficient, okay, and very pleasing and innovative solar cell structure. Actually, here solar cell is coated. Here, the solar cell or the material is organic material. That is solution processable because that means you can dissolve the material in dichloromethane or this kind or chloroform, and then you can coat this glass. Okay, so but if you use silicon, then it will be too heavy, and you cannot design this kind of artistically pleasing or innovative solar cells design because that will be too much heavy, and the place under the silicon panel will be dark. So there will so in the daylight also you have to put light there, otherwise it will be completely dark. But if it is solar cell, they are semi transparent and they are flexible. Suppose this is plastic, and you can coat the organic solar cell on plastic, and when wind is flowing they can bend, nothing will happen. Okay, but if it is silicon, it will crack. Okay, so thus these solar trees are constructed from organic polymer solar cell. Okay, so but it is not that much efficient as silicon, but it has certain advantages. It will work in the low intensity light. Silicon will not work in the low intensity light, but this organic solar cell will work in the low intensity light. Okay, and this is transparent. This is transparent. In daytime, the sunlight can come into the place, but if it's silicon, it will not come. So that is the advantage of this. So next, I will come to the single molecular electronics. Okay, so here I have given a picture of a hard drive. This is a hard drive that was made by IBM in 1956. Okay, it could store only 5 MB data, but its size is like a refrigerator and its weight is over a ton. Okay, so that much for 5 MB, that much weight. Okay, but today the size of 1 TB hard drive. Okay, so that much actually change has come. Okay, so that means there is always a growing demand of fast, energy efficient, and cheap methods to compute as well as store immense amount of data. There is always demand. Data storing is a big problem. Okay, and therefore there is a practical desire or practical need to minimize the electronic component. ইলেকট্রনিক কম্পোনেন্টগুলোকে ছোট করা দরকার। ঠিক আছে, যেটা হয়েছে এই সাইজের হার্ড ড্রাইভ থেকে আমরা 1 TB হার্ড ড্রাইভ লাইক এ ম্যাচ বক্স, হ্যাঁ, সেখানে যেতে পেরেছি, বা দিস ইজ নিডেড। ওকে, সো this is for denser integrated circuit, faster computing, and storage of enormous amount of data in small space. It is needed, and it happened actually. Okay, so Gordon E. Moore established that computation efficiency doubled in every 24 months. That means actually the device circuit component, they are synced, huh? And this syncage is sync means actually the size becomes half in 24 months, or the efficiency becomes double in 24 months. But this was held persistent until 2008. 2008 অবধি এটা আস্তে আস্তে কমেছিল, but there is a limit of this linkage. Okay, so the current electronics technology is based mainly on the silicon, and the silicon based technology has imposed a boundary on the device size, that is 4 nanometer. You cannot go beyond 4 nanometer. That is the stop. Okay, so you cannot go beyond 4 nanometer. This is because excessive heat generation. If you go below 4 nanometer, there will be too much of heat generation. Okay, since the electronic excited states of silicon relaxes via the release of phonon only. However, organic molecular where they can relax from excited state to ground state by release of photon also, and therefore give the practical advantage. If you use organic molecule, that then you can avoid the excessive heat generation, because organic molecule can give photon also. Okay, so therefore we need to change. We have to decrease the size of device component, but with silicon we cannot do it. Okay, so therefore an organic molecule an organic molecule being the smallest part of any given material. Okay, so we have to minimize the size, and therefore we have to use the smallest part of any material. That can be organic material, that can be inorganic material, but with inorganic material we cannot go beyond 4 nanometer. But organic molecular, what is the dimension of organic molecular? Suppose benzene, the dimension is less than 1 nanometer. Or if you biphenyl, that is also less than 1 nanometer, or around 1 nanometer. So an organic molecule being the smallest part of any given material out of which a device can be made. Okay, so this gives the idea of using single molecule as circuit component so we can use organic molecule instead of silicon, because organic molecules a single molecule has the size less than 4 nanometer. But here comes the twist. A single molecule, literally single molecule means only a single molecule. So suppose benzene's molecular weight is 78. So in 78 gram of benzene, there is Avogadro number of molecules. Okay, so that number is unimaginable. So such a huge number. So from that number, you have to choose one molecule. You have to take one molecule to make the device. So is that what possible? It seems like impossible. Okay, so what is the requirement then? A molecular size gap in the circuit. Okay, so normally a circuit is made by a cathode, anode, and in between cathode and anode there is an organic molecule. So normally what I have discussed before in the first two three slides, they are the bulk material. They are not single organic molecule. They are the just organic material. Okay, so there are so many molecules, but but if we want to decrease the size to the nanometer range, okay, then we have to use the single molecule, and therefore we need a molecular size gap in the circuit. Okay, and a way of incorporating the molecule into this gap. So moleculeটাকে ওই গ্যাপের মধ্যে বসাতে হবে. Okay, and you made a gap and you have incorporated the molecule inside the gap, and then you have to measure that this molecule is working or not. And for that you have to measure for several thousands of time. And for that measurement you have to produce that molecular size gap, and you have to incorporate the molecule inside, then again measure. So this kind of repetitive work, so that seems impossible. Okay, so and other limitations are the available molecule. So you need molecule whose HOMO and LUMO will come closer to the Fermi level of the metal electrodes. Otherwise, you cannot take any molecule. You cannot take any molecule and put inside the gap. Okay, so the availability of molecule is another challenge. So then, how to do this? Okay, how to do all these things? So so here the problem is we have to make molecule and we have to check that molecule is working or not, and that can be done by scanning, tunneling, microscope, break junction. So what is scanning, tunneling, microscope, break junction? I'll go to the next slide to explain this. Okay, so what I will say, that suppose you have a container. That container is made with gold. Okay, and you have some molecules which have sulfur at the end. Fine. So sulfur has very much affinity for the gold. Okay, so you have a container. In the container you have solution of the molecule, some molecules, or dissolved in dichloromethane or the chlorobenzene, and you have taken that solution in a container. Okay, that container is of gold. Okay, then from the above you are you have a gold tip, like a needle, gold tip, and this is the container. This is not shown properly, but this is the container. Okay, so in this container you have the solution, and this is the gold tip, and you just bringing the gold tip towards this container. Okay, and you touch it, then for the time being just ignore this molecule. So this is the gold tip and this is the gold container. So they will touch with each other, and then this circuit will be complete. And you can get, if you apply voltage, you will get some current. Fine. So this is the tip of a microscope. Microscopic tip is very small. This is the tip of microscope that will be brought in contact with this bottom. Okay, and they will touch with each other. You will get some current. Fine. Initially, this will happen. Then, so then what you have to do? What you have to do? You have to bring or pull back again this. Then you are pulling it back. এটাকে আস্তে আস্তে উপরের দিকে তোলা হচ্ছে. So when it is touching with this, the circuit is complete. You are getting some current. This is the conductance. Conductance. Okay, it is conducting. So you are getting some conductance. This red line is the conductance. And then when you are pulling it, so this will behave like an wire. আস্তে আস্তে কি হবে, এটা